I want to deal with them right now.
All right, folks. Did you actually go to university?
Yes, severally.
What was the name of your dissertation? Did you do a dissertation?
Yes, I did.
It was on what?
My friend, I've not done
It was
one.
on what?
I've done
Jeff,
several.
It was on what?
Hold on.
Hold on. He shall not gone to school. Folks.
Honorable Wamatangi has committed a fallacy of ignoratio elenchi, arguing from a point of ignorance.
Esther Passaris, you can sue me 1,000,000 times and it would not bother me. You will get it.
Continue defaming me.
You will get it, Esther
defaming me.
Passaris. Esther Passaris on the 27th of December,
How do you know all these dates?
2007, because I was there with her, at the Pentagon House, in the impending days when Raila's victory was almost certain, you announced to the gathering that after Raila is inaugurated, you will take 30 days sex holiday in Seychelles.
Sex holiday.
Woman
Sex holiday.
who has absolutely no integrity, a socialite bimbo whose only claim to fame is because she is looking for billionaire sponsors. Yesterday it was Mwangi of Equity. The other day it was Gichuru of the former electricity Kenya Power, crying for a man to marry you because you believe that the man promised to marry you, and for that reason you took a man to court.
If it wasn't for Raila giving you a job, you would never have been known. The name Miguna would not even exist. So for me, I want to know, if you have no loyalty for something that was said in private, all right, where you actually were an employee of this person, how can you actually betray somebody? And if you have no loyalty for somebody who basically gave you status.
As a student leader, and I was in the headline in 1987 when Raila was in detention. My friend here, who is my age, was nowhere. What was she doing in 1987? I was fighting for multi-party democracy in 1987. She's my age. She was hiding under the bed. She was nowhere to be seen. I never heard of her. We fought during the second liberation. With Raila Odinga in detention, Miguna outside. Miguna was arrested and put in detention. Miguna came out, was released. Miguna was expelled from the University of Nairobi. Miguna went into exile. Did he stop? He continued fighting for multi-party democracy by leading the Committee of Democracy in Kenya. Who were one of my members? Willy Mutunga. Miguna was a teenager at that time, leading veterans. So when somebody says, Raila made me, nobody would have known me. Just because you are ignorant and you can't read and you have not done your research, you can't blame Miguna for your ignorance.
Now, it is also very unfair to say that because somebody received scholarship and went abroad to study, because somebody gave him a scholarship, therefore his mind is closed and he can never be objective. There are a lot of people in this country that were given scholarships by Tom Mboya, including the man who assassinated him. The fact is, we have to be historically correct. We must use facts, and we can't conflate things in order to justify an unjustified action of a person so serious and so powerful as the President of the Republic of Kenya.
There was absolutely nothing about sexual assault. I satirized a statement that was made.
Your statement was considered misogynist and sexist.
No,
for
by
making fun of
people,
sexual assault.
I don't care about ignorant people, Larry, and I hope that you are not one of them. If somebody decides to misunderstand a statement that was made so clearly, that majority, you know, they did the opinion polls after the so-called misogynistic statement.
Hang on.
No, listen to me. And more than 65% agreed with me.
A lot of people were upset that you made fun of a woman and made fun of rape.
I did not.
What so you will not apologize?
No. I will not apologize.
Okay.
And I will never apologize to socialite bimbos. I will never.
Takaluyu is the greatest disappointment during this debate.
Why?
Because the man spoke a lot but said absolutely nothing. The man is ambiguous, general, and empty. He called himself a punda, a dog. and a man with a sling, and could not decide which one defines it. This man was a bubble. Really a man about nothing. He was completely clueless.
Evening. Is there now a clear path for Raila Odinga to climb the mountain?
The path is muddy and not clear at all. In fact, if anything, Uhuru has made it completely impossible for Raila ever to become president of Kenya.
I will tell you who the cartels are. The cartels are people who have made money through shady business deals. My friend Evans Kidero has made his billions through shady deals. There is no industry he has built, but he has become a billionaire having been an employee throughout his life because he has looted every institution he has joined. Mumias has collapsed, and Nairobi is not a going concern anymore, according to the Auditor General. My friend, Mumias has collapsed, and Nairobi is not a going concern anymore, according to the Auditor General. My friend Sonko is looting every land in Nairobi. He has a criminal record from Mombasa, where he was jailed because of fraud, forgery, and drug dealing. Then he ran away from jail. So he's a cartel because he has a criminal record. And right now, he's grabbed many pieces of land and then stages a PR show, PR stunts, where he videotapes and pretends that he's come to rescue. My friend Peter Kenneth bankrupted Kenya Re. He basically looted a public institution to death. And when he was in Gatanga, he never promoted a motion in parliament, never sponsored a bill, never chaired a committee of parliament. Then here he is saying we need a manager. Nairobi need a leader, not a manager. I will hire managers to deal with different sectors, competent, ethical managers. And these three represent the worst of our country. Cartels are central to the problems of Nairobi. And the three colleagues of mine actually are part of the cartels that I want to deal with.
By the way, I was approached before they approached Igathi, and I dismissed it flat out. Because how do you deputize somebody who does not know his left from his right? The man is functionally illiterate. The man cannot sit at a table and discuss anything. He does not understand public policy. He does not understand legislation. He does not understand governance. He does not understand our constitution. He has never read it. The man went there thinking the thing is a joke. He was put there by cabals with interest to control the billions of shillings that Nairobi collects. And some of the most important things that you do when you're debating is that you have to have cognizance of history, you should have rudiments of logic, and you should be aware of science.
Yes.
My friends here have demonstrated that they don't understand logic, they clearly don't understand history, and they don't respect science.